bigger, the more bites. I'm like, yes, let's get it.
When I met Joe, I was like, I can't work with dogs like that.
Because obviously you never know how much money is going to come in month by month, and that's always really scary. The best thing I've found to combat that is but you shouldn't. I don't think it's ethical. I don't think you should be a dog trainer who is a GP. No. But I stopped doing that as much because the fallout is diabolical. It's not worth it. Well, my last person was called Linda.
That's a great name.
Hilarious.
Hey everyone, on today's episode of Let's Talk Dog Business, we have Olivia Jones with us, yes, also known as Biker Girl.
Yes.
Which I'm just going to go with because it's an incredible brand. Biker Girl, dog trainer. You're even in, I'm going to say uniform, but it doesn't feel like a uniform.
Got an epic t-shirt on with a dog on a bike.
It's my dog as well, so it's Poppy. Her ashes are actually in this tattoo. But she's the reason I've started this job pretty much. I feel like it's the same with so many trainers. They have one dog and they're like, yep, I want to do this forever.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. I feel like this could already go off on a tangent because immediately I'm now thinking, oh my God, who knew you could get ashes in a tattoo?
Yeah.
Oh, I knew this.
Yeah.
I used to work in the funeral industry, didn't I?
So yeah. Not that I'm, planning my poor girl's demise and all of that, but she's 13 and I keep thinking jewellery. But a tattoo.
Yeah.
It's a good excuse to get one.
Absolutely.
This is far too exciting for what's quite a morbid thing. I'm going to digress. We'll go back to the actual topic of what we're here for. Yeah. So for those of our listeners out there who have no idea who you are, could you give us a little introduction to yourself?
Yeah. So I'm Olivia. I'm 35 now, but when I was a head chef in fine dining for like a decade, and then I got furloughed, and so many of my chef friends were like, oh my God, we can have a life. And so many of us didn't go back. And I think, honestly, it was a little rubbishy Facebook ad that came up with for like a K9 level 3 diploma. And I was like, I really want to do that. But I was terrible at science at school. So I really wanted to be a vet since I was like 7. But I couldn't be because I was terrible at science. And I thought, oh, I could do that. So I stayed as a chef for about 10 months while I got Biker Girl off the ground, and I was doing free sessions. I look back on some of the sessions I did and cringe because I was doing free socializing sessions at the park with too many dogs and not enough staff. And I look back and go, no, that was really bad. But then started studying, worked with some amazing trainers, and it's only been, I've been going 6 years. And then we call, some people don't like talking about money, but I think it's important.
You're in the right place for that.
Yeah. I'm now turning over 80.
Nice.
Which I'm buzzing about. Yeah. So very hard.
Need like some sound effects on that when you're watching back on the
Cha-ching. Because a lot of people don't realise you can actually do this as a full-time job, and you really can. I was fortunate that I was able to sort of have a job that wasn't too longer hours to sort of keep me afloat until I could do this full-time. But I was only there for about 10 months and then I quit and went for it, and it was terrifying. Knew so little when I started. I do look back and cringe. But it's been 6.5 years almost. Worked with almost 2,000 dogs and their families. The tricky thing with labels, like I'm force free, but if I'm being pedantic, it's Lima. Like if I'm being really, really specific, because I will use a head collar, and a lot of people really, really, really don't like a head collar. If I've got a dog that outweighs the owner, I'm going to use a head collar for a bit until we're sort of able to move away from it. So like if we're sort of into tools, that's the only thing I'll use. So technically I'm Lima. And in the past couple of years, I've found myself specialising in really big, bitey aggression cases, and they're my favourite. They're just, I've got a Presa Canario next week and I can't wait, and she'll probably want to eat me. And I'm like, brilliant, let's go. So I can't wait to meet her. And I work a lot with German Shepherds. I've got a couple of Belgian Malinois, and I'm also working with a wolf dog at the moment.
Ooh.
who's 27% Carpathian Grey Wolf.
Wow.
He wanted to eat me in the first session. It's still dicey as to whether he does now, but we're doing really well. He's a G, and his owner's working their arse off.
Nice.
So yeah, it's ace.
Love it. Yeah. Oh my gosh, don't even know where to start now. There's so many incredible things
From
in
fine
that.
dining to like big aggression cases.
Yeah, very strange. But still the high pressure, stressful environment and keeping a cool head. So it's not too dissimilar. Plus dealing with customers, some of which were hard to deal with. Being able to explain things in a calm manner to some clients is also very helpful.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, so tell us a little bit about the journey into the business side of it then. So you've been going like 6 and a bit years then. Yeah. When did you hit that 80k, and what do you feel has allowed you to be able to hit those numbers?
Fair. So I've been progressively every year, pretty much. It's my profit's been going up about 20%. I have been looking more into passive income with regards to sort of courses and things, but I'm finding it really difficult. It was hopefully sort of like have something ticking over so I could have more time for clients. But all of the courses that I've written, I feel like I need to be there with them, even if it's virtual, to sort of help make sure that they're doing it, because obviously every single dog looks differently. Best things for me, brand. Everyone remembers it. Or even if they don't know who I am, they'll see the girl with red hair and tattoos and the motorbike and go, oh, that's Biker Girl. Like, it sticks. So I've had a couple of people over the years that have come to me about sort of deciding what names they wanted to name their businesses. And it was always move away from anything that's wag, paw, canine. I always find it's not always because canine and Optimus are later, isn't it? Or is it just been? Usually if they've got a canine in their name, they're usually balanced. Usually. He's an exception. He's a G. But yeah, so many people have wag and tail and trail and paws, and there's just too many. Mm-hmm. I think being unique, well, hardly, but using who I am as my brand works incredibly well, because it's memorable. And a lot of it, honestly, was just doing stuff for free. A lot, which is hard. But then it was results. It was like my biggest, I have a little question at the bottom of my consultation forms, and it's how do you hear about me? And 99% of it's word of mouth. But recently it's been ChatGPT. Like I've had like 7 and it's been ChatGPT. Okay. I'm like, well, that's pretty cool. But business-wise, it's tricky. I have a dog professionals networking group. We recommend everybody to everybody. That's a massive one, actually. Ditching the ego and networking with other trainers. You can't know everything.
Yeah, you're really good at that, aren't you? Yeah. Bringing these people together and...
we have the hive.
The hive.
The hive. Yeah. So it's when you work with me, you don't just work with me, you work with like 20 incredible women that all specialise in different things. So I regularly work with Faye from, you'll love her business name, Calm the Pup Down.
That's good. I think I've heard of
And
it,
again,
actually.
you remember it. Yeah, you remember it because she's amazing.
Yeah. And you do like in-person meetups, don't you? Yeah.
So I think another reason why I've done so well just in my area is that I have stooge dogs. So I have dogs that are trained to be incredibly calm when we're working with aggression or fear cases or both. They just kind of stand there and I'm just like, that's a lot. And they're pretty chill and that can be really beneficial. But at least 3 of those are owned by other trainers. So Faye and I do classes together. And she's also a reactivity specialist. So that works incredibly well. But yeah, I think it's, a lot of it's networking and talking to other professionals and not just trying to be out there on your own because it's lonely.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, especially in an industry where it's just you and you're trying to make a decent amount of money. If you don't start reaching out to other trainers or other professionals, even if it's groomers or physiotherapists, like you need a network and you need a support system because compassion fatigue is real. It's incredibly hard sometimes.
Yeah.
How How did you kind of combat that?
Can't even see you over the mic.
Like we're in a precarious position.
Precarious position. We're just in an unusual layout for us because we normally opposite each other. But.
Yeah. How did you cope with compassion fatigue?
It's a really good question.
Thank you.
And I think it's going to make me sound like a stone now.
You're going to say you didn't have it, didn't you?
No, I didn't. And I didn't have it because I worked in rescue for so long. And I think I'd got hardened to it, as awful as that is to say. I think I'd done my part there.
Yeah, fair.
And so when I ran my business, I was like, oh my God, this is way easier.
Yeah,
like
fair.
I'm only taking on a few, and and even when I was working like with lots of different people, I felt like it's not the same overwhelm like you feel in a rescue, because you just want to do so much for all these dogs, and you just can't do it, you know.
Which rescues are you working with?
Blue Cross. Yeah. So I just wanted to change the world at the Blue Cross, and tried, and then got lots of resentment because I was the person trying to push it, and they were the people trying to look after the dogs day to day, which is, you know, is what the dogs needed. Yeah. But I was looking at it more in a bigger picture way. Yeah, fair. What else can we do? There's more that we could be doing, and all this kind of frustration creeping in. Yeah. And I feel like day to day I was having that kind of I feel like I'm stuck in this like trap of only being able to do so much, having the resources I've got and the power behind it. And so I think when I worked with people in my own business, it kind of felt almost freer, even though I was trapped in lots of other ways.
What you want to do.
Yeah.
I've had a friend, Sophie, who's a groomer now, a consent-based groomer. She's a rock star, but she felt the same working at the Dogs Trust. Like they wanted to be able to do enrichment and more training and things, and like they wouldn't even let them do Kongs. Like it was they were so what's the word, just held back, but they had the hands behind the back, tied behind the back really, with anything they wanted to be able to do for the dogs that would have been beneficial. But obviously it's tricky when you're working for a company that has very clear rules. So yeah, I completely get that. It's tricky. I worked in a kennels when I was 18, and we had 4 RSPCA slots, and we were very limited about what we were allowed to do, which is a shame because dogs are individuals. Yeah,
there's a lot of red tape, even though I kind of get it because you've got resources, restrictions, but also you've got lots of red tape stuff as well as that. So it's really tricky. But so I think, did you ever have compassion fatigue?
I don't know if I did. Which again makes me sound like a bit of a heartless cow. Yeah. But I think it was, I don't know, I was just looking at it very differently, I think. And I went very much in with, I don't know, you know, we've kind of spoke about this before, but I think because of my background being in corporate and it was an ad agency, so a very high stress environment, like being sworn at because a DPD driver didn't deliver the point of sale for an event, and you're getting it in the neck because it's all your fault. Like, ugh.
Yeah, I get it, waitress.
So I think to almost have like 14 years of that under your belt, it's almost like, right, I'm a little bit detached from it, in that I can still feel compassion. I'm not a stone. I can still feel, you know, like the concern and the worry and the
you feel the pain, don't you?
And you feel the pain, but maybe you do just harden to it over experience.
Just get better at compartmentalising.
Yeah,
I think it is some of that.
That's all it is. It's just like, right, I can detach myself, so I can still look at it and give you my absolute everything. Yeah, but have that level of detachment. But there's so many people that are in this industry that don't have not yet mastered that skill set.
No, I think burnout's incredibly common in this industry because it's lonely, and that's why I love CBA. I just think it's such a good idea to get everybody together, because you can't know everything, and if you say you do, you're wrong. And you need to go and give your head a wobble, because it's
that saying.
It's just not, you can't ever. It's why really good trainers never stop studying, because the science changes so often. I commented on something on TikTok on the way here that I probably shouldn't have done.
Go on.
It's tricky. Well, he had a little, I won't say what age, but it was an adolescent, very aggressive Rottweiler. And within a week, the dog was fixed and perfect. And it's got a grot prong and e-collar on. And he's like, look, it's even good enough to be a stooge. And there's lying there with his ears pinned back, lip licking. And I'm just... But I stopped doing that as much because the fallout is diabolical. It's not worth it. There's a few trainers I know that will openly, like Shay Kelly, he will openly call people out every single day. And I'm like, how do you do that and still have sanity?
That takes a lot of energy, doesn't it, to be doing what he does.
It's exhausting.
Yeah, I don't know how he does it.
No, I mean, he's brave, stupid, both, probably. I don't think he cares. I just don't think he cares, which is honestly admirable because I really care about what other people think, which I need to get over, honestly. But having, I'm ADHD, so RSD, the rejection sensitivity dysphoria, is real, and that's really hard. And it's always tricky because I've seen it from both sides, and it's, should you be spending your time calling out these practices and other trainers because you don't agree with it? Or is that unprofessional because you should just be showing what you would do instead?
Yeah. It is a hard one, isn't it? I think our belief, or rather just how we operate, is the whole, the more you can just keep doing your thing, the more you can attach that with your version of your own personal brand and put your personality out there and put your belief system out without having to entertain anything for any other reason other than actually I'm just going to show up with this and just keep repeat. That message will shine through. It doesn't always have to be because it's just not nice, is it? And then I think this is actually transferred into our own communities, isn't it? Like within the force-free realm, that we're kind of scared to do anything now because you just don't know where you're going to get it from, which is actually really sad.
Yeah. And there's the really, really force-free end. They don't want to do make a dog uncomfortable ever. I know for a fact that my dogs that are fear aggressive or anxious around other dogs, if I put them in a stage session, they're gonna be uncomfortable. They don't want to be there. But I've had so many trainers that have come from really good force-free trainers, but they've said, just avoid dogs forever. And it's just not viable. Especially, and not affordable a lot of the time. Because you could just run it in a closed field every day for a week, forever. I just never see a dog ever. But it's not sustainable. And it's very, very rare I'll come across a dog where I'll go, like, I'll pass dogs on. Like, if I have one that, and I think more people need to do that. If I have one that comes to me and I go, bloody hell, this is out of my league, like, off to a clinical behaviourist they go. It's about like multi-household dog aggression. I don't deal with that because I don't know enough. So off they go. So there's a couple of really great clinical behaviourists in my area that deal with multi-dog, but I don't. So, or separation anxiety, because who has the time?
Oh yeah, we have very similar opinions on this.
It's so
fair play to you if you are a separation anxiety specialist.
Well done.
But what?
Bloody hell, it's so long and it's so little progress, but there's some incredible, like I think it's just called Calm Canine. Who's a separation anxiety specialist, and bloody hell, she's got more staying power than I do. I'd much rather do fear aggression. It's faster most of the time. It's quick because they just want to not be near the other dog. Great, that's nice and doable for the most part. But
and I guess, I mean, this kind of leads on to the question of, because you've got that network built up. And you know what you are happy working with and what you're not, you've got that ability to pass people on to, because this is the other fear that a lot of trainers have, is like, if I don't do it, where are they going to go and who are they going to go to? And so then it's like, oh, maybe I should do it. And maybe they don't really want to, but they're feeling like, where else is, this poor person or this poor dog going to end up? Yeah. So I think that's another benefit, isn't it, of having people in your corner that actually I'm good with that cut off, and then they can go to this person. So, and
even just for fun stuff, like getting in touch with people in your area that do like man trailing or scent work or agility. I've recently connected with an absolute godsend who is Esme at Whiskers Wellness Wirral, and she is a head vet an emergency clinic, and she's a pain and gait specialist and a hydrotherapist and a physiotherapist and an acupuncturist. And she comes to mine one day a month and sees 8 of my reactive dogs at mine to have a pain assessment. And we've been right for 19 out of 20 so far.
Wow.
Where we found pain, which is incredibly helpful. Obviously, it's rubbish finding out your dog's in pain, but obviously it can be a massive driver of behaviour. Mm-hmm. So we've been right for about 19 out of 20 of them so far this year.
Wow.
That's something that more trainers need to learn about, even is just learning how to read a dog's gait, because that can tell you so much. And especially with the rise of the doodle, I swear every single one of them has gut issues. Like all of the cockapoos and cavapoos have seemingly all got gut issues, and it's always the red ones that end up being really resource guardy. And I don't know whether that's really a thing. It's just what I've noticed.
I'm so glad you said that. That was my opinion for ages.
Yeah, right?
Fucking what is with you all? But yeah.
The red ones.
Yep.
They're all resource guarding little nightmares. And the cavapoos. And it's always a red one. And obviously because they're being bred by a lot of people are breeding when they know nothing about the breed, and they're not doing it right, and all the puppies are eating from the same bowl and all of that stuff, and people forgetting that a cockapoo is a double gun dog. They're just cute and floofy, but they're a double gun dog, and they actually need a lot of input. I've had a couple of bordoodles recently, border collie poodle.
What?
Oh, what?
Why?
Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing.
It should not be
I
a
suppose
thing.
anything's a thing these
Wow.
days, isn't it? But
It should not be a thing.
No.
But to be fair, they're little legends. I feel like they've like won the lottery a little bit though, because they're both dead calm. And I was like, that's impossible. Like, enjoy this, because this is the exception to the rule. There's no way that would happen again.
Oh God, that is just totally fluky, isn't it?
But I do feel like this is where you, like, we talk so much about like knowing who you are as a person, a trainer, knowing who you want to work with and who you don't.
Yeah.
And for me, I feel like this is where that is all coming together for you, because you're like, I could learn to do that thing and add it on as another service. I could offer this, that, and the other, you know, like I did on my journey through being a dog trainer. And had I really done the work around what it is that I really want to do, what I'm trying to achieve, what I stand for as a business and what I stand for as a person, and that work having been done, I wouldn't have had that fear around, not fear, what's the word?
Trepidation?
No, like I wouldn't have had that like bit of FOMO, I suppose, if I don't do this thing, if I don't add it on.
Yeah.
Like that's what you're supposed to do. And actually, no, because I only want to do this thing. And if I'm really good at that thing and that's what I get known for, amazing. And I've got this support network that I can pass people on to or can work with in conjunction with. And we're like a bit of a team around this dog. Brilliant. You know, I think that's a really good place to be.
What's your, back when you used to, do you still see clients?
No.
When you did used to still see clients, and obviously I'm sure you talked about client funnel and things like that with people with CBA, what was your dream client? Something popped into your box and you're like, yes, I want to get involved in this like now. When can I see them?
Oh, just puppies, really.
Puppies?
Yeah, puppy owners, because that was my driver. That's why I started the business from rescue, because I was like, we need to get to the puppies. We need to...
Yeah, we need to get in there early.
And I think that just went off track. Like it started and it went off track and I added all these bloody other services in. And that's where I hadn't got a strong enough why, purpose, all of that stuff. Or I hadn't got the people around me to help me keep on track. So yeah, I loved puppy owners. I loved the optimism that puppy owners had. I've got this little cute fluffy thing. I'm like, that's not going to stay like that. And I loved being able to take them through that journey and help them understand them better and all that sort of stuff that we idealistically want. But also be the reality, be the voice, be the true support like for them, which, you know, loads of people don't have. So
we play a game in puppy class you probably like. It's a true or false game. Everybody has a card with true or false on either side. And we debunk myths from class 1. So we go, like, your dog should think you're alpha of the pack, true or false? And I'll have a scan and go, right. Where is everybody on this journey? It varies, honestly. It really, really varies. Like, dogs need walking every day. Or like 8 hours is enough sleep for a puppy. Let's just see where everybody's at. And then the last one, I say, getting a puppy is the best decision I've ever made. Yeah. And I see how many people go, false. It's really hard.
Or in a puppy class, I want that one instead of the one I've got. They all want to swap.
Bless her. I hope she doesn't mind me saying, I won't say her name, but this lovely, lovely woman came in with a 5-month-old Vizsla, handed me the lead and walked out crying. I was like, oh, babe.
Yeah, I can see why with the Vizsla.
It's really hard because you've got a hunting breed that doesn't want to leave you ever. So yeah, bless her. She just had a bit of a morning. But we validate the humans. Like, it's okay to cry. Puppy blues are a real thing.
Yeah.
And with mass biases, it's okay to resent your own dog sometimes. Because I did. I used to look at a little show cocker. We were, oh God, you'll cringe. We got litter mates.
No.
Oh dear.
I was 17. Well, the breeder shouldn't have allowed it, really, if it was a good breeder. I was 17. My mum picked them. A red one and a black one. Girls. So just every wrong choice you could possibly make in that situation. And of course, when they both hit like 7-8 months, they started tearing chunks out of each other. Like, it was bad. It was really, it can go kind of one of a few ways. It can either become wildly codependent or they can tear chunks. And that was the direction they went. We rehomed Phoebes, the red, with a much older border collie. And she kind of tried it on with the collie and he went, no. And she went, oh, right, okay, cool, you're there, I'm here. Perfect. And then she was way more confident, following a much more confident dog around who sort of had decent boundaries. And after that with Poppy, I was terrified to walk her anywhere because she was really aggressive towards any dog. And I used to bring her tight next to my ankles and I used to just shout, she's contagious. She's got kennel cough, she's contagious.
That's a good way to do it.
It works. Because they're not friendly. Nah. Doesn't work. My dog is. My dog's friendly. Or, oh, she's a bit scared of people. Oh, I'm great with dogs. Like, it's either that is a real... Can you swear on this podcast?
Oh, yeah.
It's either, for other dogs, she's contagious, she's got kennel cough, or, oh, I'm so sorry, they've just rolled and fucked shit. Especially to the people who insist on touching your dog. That's like, that would go in my room 101. The people that insist on touching your dog, especially without asking, and especially when they're nervous. When you say, actually, no, they're a bit anxious, they go, I'm great with dogs, and touch them anyway. That's my biggest bugbear. I've physically smacked the back of somebody's hand before now. They've reached towards one of my clients' rescues. No. Water spray. Bad human.
Oh dear, there's just so many spin-offs, isn't there? But it's something that was kind of like coming up for me whilst we were chatting about these things is kind of like what you were saying, Vic, about how it's almost like, are we confident enough to go all in on something? And you can put it under that niching category if you like, or it's just, but there is this fear, I suppose, that we see across all trainers that you can't make money from doing one thing. You have to have loads of different services available. You have to be able to work all these different cases, and you have to be able to, and I think this is where that imposter syndrome bit keeps coming in, because we do keep investing in our CPD and we do keep learning and learning and learning, which is never a bad thing. However, it can totally skew the path that you're going to go on, because now you're learning so much about everything. I feel like it almost paralyzes you.
There's too many options, and there's not enough years in your life because there's so many different ones to get good at. A lot of trainers don't want to do reactivity.
No.
A lot
that
of
was
trainers
my favourite thing.
It's my favourite thing. But lots of trainers don't want to do that. I don't really know why. It's probably why I don't want to do separation anxiety. But it's what you feel confident doing. I found it tricky sometimes with regards to sort of, because obviously you never know how much money is going to come in month by month, and that's always really scary. The best thing I've found to combat that is doing packages and having Klarna. So having ways for people to pay it off in chunks. So if I have a reactivity package, it's like 5 sessions. Doing that one cost up front really helps, because a lot of your time and your money is wasted from chasing people to book into the next session. Whereas if you do a package, they're paid, and you're paid from the off, and then it doesn't really matter. I have a caveat that says you have to use them within 6 months, to a degree, depending on the dog. Sometimes we need a really long time in between sessions, but putting things in packages has made a big difference for me. And the networking events, getting more people talking to me. And I've also started working with a local hydrotherapy centre, still in reactivity, but I go and help reactive dogs have hydro. So it's still my niche, but I get paid. They put a package together and I'm there sort of as a behavioural consultant to help that dog have hydro. So it's still the area I love, but it's another way of getting a bit more cheddar. So I think it would be find what your niche is and try and find as many different places to do it as possible. Even if it isn't just aside from one-to-one, how else can you do it? So we do group reactive classes now, which we never used to do, and I would not do without Faye. I was well scared because I thought it would just devolve into complete chaos, but they've been working really well because the space is huge. And we have windbreakers and stuff, and all the owners love it because everyone else gets it. And they're not having to just go, sorry, and move their dog away. So find other places to do it that isn't just one-to-one, and whether that's getting in touch with other professionals. I know a lot of people do online stuff. I'm still trying to find the right way, the most ethical way to do that, because I don't really want to release a course on reactivity and then not be there to hold the hand, because it could very easily go wrong.
How do you feel that because I love the sound of all of that. I love the sound of you being an integral cog in like the other parts as well, but you're not going, I'm doing that thing. I'm the facilitator of your dog getting access to that thing, and it's kind of part of what you do anyway, and it's linked to what you do. How do you feel from the public's perspective that is perceived, that they would look at you versus someone else, for example, that's doing loads of different things? Say if you just got you side by side, how do you feel like it feels from the business perspective anyway? But also if you were looking at that from that public point of view as well.
I think it would be very similar as to you wouldn't go to a GP for everything forever. You go to, if you've got a pain in your back, you go to a GP, they send you to an orthopedist or they send you to a physio. Like so many people specialise in something. I would always go to somebody who specialises in one thing. I do puppies and reactivity, but I'm mainly doing puppies to prevent future reactivity. So our puppy classes are very dog-led. We have a syllabus, but if everybody comes in bouncing off the walls, we all lie down and have a chew. And we just sit there for 20 minutes until everybody calms down. It's the whole jack of all trades, master of none. But I think there's more to that phrase. It's better to be a master of many than master of none. So I would hope that when someone is looking for a dog trainer, they'd be looking for sort of their individual dog and what their dog needed. I think I've hopefully got the best of both worlds, so they can come. Obviously, I'm a reactivity specialist. When they do come to me and I'm figuring actually it's just lead, I've got a working cocker, lead frustration, just getting too antsy and very bitey, I'm thinking, great, I can send them to Gareth to go do some scent work. This dog needs an outlet. But I can't do that. I don't have time. I really, really want to make sure, because I do charge more than a lot of the other local trainers. I really need to make sure that they're getting quality to the point where probably still not charging enough. I think that's also massively common in this industry. People do not charge enough, but then you're scared that you won't get any clients. So it's tricky.
Yeah. And how does it feel knowing that you do charge more than other trainers in the area, but you may not be at that point where you need to be, but you're at that point where you're kind of higher than most trainers? Is that been a difficult journey for you to go on, or is it been something that kind of felt natural? And
it was scary.
Yeah.
It was definitely scary to put them up, for sure, because I'm not a clinical behaviourist. So when I was looking at sort of other people and what they charged, I was like, they have a degree, I don't have a degree. So there was definitely a little bit of imposter syndrome and sort of like, bloody hell, am I worth this or not? But then I started looking back over at my success stories and I'm like, no, actually, no, I can and I should. Faye still thinks I don't charge enough. I don't think I charge enough, to be fair. For what you get, it's insane. Because you get dog trainer in your pocket. So you can text me every day, send me videos every day for the entire 6 months or however long we're working together, and I will answer. Like, I will hold your hand through this. And if I actually break it down into the amount of work I do per hour, it's going to be awfully tiny. And probably 3 years ago, Olivia would have been like, absolutely not, there's no fucking way I'm worth that. This Olivia, I'm like, no, I am. It's still hard to say though. It's still well hard to say. But if I don't believe in that I'm good at my job, why would my clients? Like, I need to know that I'm good at what I do, and I am good at what I do. That I totally understand how it must be really tricky for people who find that hard.
I think I can really relate to that label of not having the behaviourist. Like, I haven't got a degree, and when I met Jo, I was like, I can't work with dogs like that because I'm not qualified. And she's like, but you've worked with dogs like that through your whole entire dog training career. Yeah. Like, before you became self-employed, you worked with dogs like that daily.
Rescue. Yeah.
And I'm like, well, yeah, but that's not the same. And people are like, she's like, why is it not the same? And I was like, it's a really good question. It is the same. And again, like you've got to look back on what you have done and how you've helped and the impact you've made already and the results you've got for people. I'm like, fuck yeah, actually, that's what I need to be doing instead of worrying about this label I haven't got. And it's like, whatever. And it was quite a big blocker for me, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a blocker for loads of people though, isn't it? And I think this is something we've created internally.
Yeah, I agree.
We've created this divide of trainers and behaviourists and, you know,
charge less for this.
We've almost, we've almost put behaviourists on a pedestal, like it's an out of reach thing. And I know that's so controversial, and I know there's people going to want to come at me with pitchforks for saying it. But I was striving for that. That's the only reason I went and did my degree. I was going down the cab route, even though I'd done it for years. Yeah. And I'm like, I've got a business that's generating over 100K.
Nice.
I'm doing the work. I'm still studying all the time. This is before the degree. Yeah. What do I need it for? Yeah. What do I actually need it for when I'm already doing all of this amazing work? And it was still this little niggle in me that was like, you're not good enough. The industry doesn't think you're good enough. You need to have that cab status. You need to do this. Yeah. And it's really hard because every time we talk about this stuff out loud, I do think there is a percentage of people out there that genuinely think we hate CPD.
Absolutely not.
Do not hate CPD in the slightest.
You have to know your fucking craft and exactly what you're doing. Like,
it changes constantly.
It so does. Yeah. There's always new stuff coming out. Yeah. And yes, you have to keep on top of it.
Yeah. And it's the same as everything else though. It's your brain can only consume so much. Yeah. And if you want to keep consuming and not implement, fine, that's an option. Like keep doing that. But if you want to consume and implement and earn off of it, then we have to make choices and we have to go, well, actually, I really do want to do that thing. Yeah. But it's probably not the right thing to do as of right now. Yeah. So maybe let's just pop a pin in it, let's put it in the plan, and we'll do it at a point further on down the road.
Or like you do, is find someone who does it really well and you can work with them.
And again, that means I get to send them clients. I get to build up other women. And then if they come across a really reactive, spicy thing and they're like, oh, Liv will deal with that. I'm like, cracking, bring them to me. Let's go. Anything, the big snarly bitey. I'm like, yes. Yes.
I can see your face light up when you talk about it.
The bigger, the scarier, the more bites. I'm like, yes, let's get it.
The owners are like, oh my God, what's she going to think? And you're like, bring it
Yay. Because I'm waiting for seeing a Presa Canario next week. Can't wait to meet her. Shout out Queen Lizzie. She's called Queen Lizzie. Brilliant. Adorable. My last Presa was called Linda.
That's a great name.
Hilarious. And I'm working with a wolf dog at the moment as well. Oh, he's just bloody min, but he was on shot collar for a long time. Not super long, but long enough. So he's now, it's began as a resource guard, but he was a really interesting one because it's a mixture between pain and resource guarding and really bad genetics. So his breeder in Slovakia has been getting some hot water for putting more wolf back in the line and not telling anybody. Very dangerous. And making the puppies fight each other for their food from little. So he's still got little scars on his face. And he's come over and I watched his gait and I was like, hang on, that's not right. Because he was gorgeous in trot, but it was like the momentum kept him going in stride. He's thudding down his back right. And when they said, oh, actually, whenever we touched that back leg when he was literally growling at us, I was like, I bet he's got hip dysplasia. Oh, looks like I'm not a vet. This is why we have Esme. But he came for a pain clinic and she was like, something going on there. So he's getting on paracetamol soon. But he's very bitey. He's bitten a lot of people and he's a big spicy boy. Since he's been working with me, not a single bite. And he started to growl.
Nice.
Bloody love a growl. Everyone's like, why are you celebrating a growl? I'm like, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
For a dog that used to just go, fuck you, and bang, and it'd be level 4, he'd bloody mean it. To start going stiff and lip licking and growling, I'm like, brilliant.
Yeah, it's a good sign.
That's fantastic. Yeah. So they're iconic clients. They're living separately until this is sorted.
Oh, wow.
Because he guards her from him.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
So they are so committed. Like, they're just unbelievable and they're working so hard. And they believe they're professional. They've like was someone really high up in the wolf dog industry that said use the shock collar. And it was every time he cried, zap, which was awful and not needed. So we've had to do a lot of unpicking, but their relationship's getting better and better and it's just so rewarding. But yes, big snarly bites.
And how long do you, on average, I know it's like a open-ended question, how long would you say you work with? So for example,
6
with
months.
this dog, yeah, okay, about 6 months.
With him, I hope so. Depends on whether we do need to sort of go down any kind of surgical route. Obviously, that'll put a pin in stuff. But on average, for reactivity, roughly 3 to 6 months, 5 sessions. I know that's often quite a sort of bone of contention with, you're going to have to be with a force-feed trainer for years before you see any impact. And to be fair, there are a couple that I'm like, oof, we've got a journey. But that doesn't mean I charge loads more money for 17 more sessions. It's you need to go and work on this for longer between them. So I'll rarely need to do more than 5 with a client because it's teaching them how to do it effectively and in the right way. So, and then with the group reactive walks, people will just come back and practice because it's a nice controlled environment. But usually 5. I can usually smash it out in 5 for the most part. It varies, obviously, depending on the intensity. But yeah.
I think it's this thought process again, like we all know to kind of, or rather it's in our subconscious somewhere that we should be networking and passing work onto each other and all of this stuff. And I actually think, as daft as this sounds, I don't think some of us know how to do that.
Fair.
And I know that sounds really stupid.
No, I get it. It's what you say, just like DM someone. Like, it's where to start.
But also, here's another thought. Do you think, and again, I'm generalising, but you come into the industry with hope and like, this is how it's going to be.
Squashed.
Bright eyes and bushy tails. Yeah.
Like, each week, it's just quashed and quashed and quashed to the point of like, I hate people, I hate the trainers, they're all going to take work from me. Do you feel like that happened? It must happen, mustn't it?
I definitely had a rival. Like, not officially. But, you know, like Facebook, you might be like, I can recommend dog training. It was like me and this other dude, Gareth Forever Home. And he's my scent work guy because he's brilliant at scent work. So I send dogs to him to do scent work. There was definitely a kind of like, who's this guy? But again, that's ego. That's ego. Yeah. You need to leave ego at the door because I am not going to be the trainer for everybody. Like, I've had lots of clients from other trainers, and I'm sure lots of trainers have had clients from me. Like, it has to be the way it works for that client and the way that they learn things. And again, you can't know everything. I've said it so many times, but it's so true. So they might have a different way of explaining things or a different approach, or they're just things that just work slightly better. And you can't, and this was hard and very hard, especially when I got a bad review. That broke my soul. I'm all right with it now if I do ever get a bad one. But it's kind of not personal, even though it's really hard not to take it personally. It's everybody learns in different ways. To come back to what you said about where do you start, I would, if you're still struggling with the kind of, I don't really want to recommend trainers if I'm reactivity to another reactivity trainer, then reach out to people that do things that you don't do, that you would never do. So even if you are worried about that. So I reached out to, I can't even remember how I started Dogs Professionals Network. We've got like 300 members now.
It's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good though, because everyone's like chatting to each other and sending people for different stuff. So it works really well. It was last year. I had met a few other trainers and I think I just kind of bit the bullet and reached out to one. I think it was Rachel at Nose to Trail, because she was a clinical behaviourist and I wasn't really doing really intense behavioural cases, and I reached out to her and then I ended up talking to a few other clinical behaviourists. But then I realised actually there's some really bloody brilliant trainers that don't have their sort of cab title, because I don't, and I don't know whether I ever will. But I guess it's worrying because you're like, am I not going to be taken seriously? Or will clients want to work with just a clinical behaviourist? There's also the insurance side of things. Because if I put my prices up much more, people aren't going to be able to afford it without going through their insurance, and insurance don't cover me because I'm not a clinical behaviourist. So that side of it's tricky. It doesn't happen often though, to be fair.
I was going to say how... I agree with you, because that's exactly the reasoning that I wanted to go down that cab route as well. And then again, when I looked at the facts around it, because I'm a big believer in the stories we tell ourselves are the ones that end up becoming true.
Fair.
And when I looked at what I was asking for, so my program started off at like 1,500 plus VAT.
Oof.
And I had more work on that without the cab title, without people putting it through their insurance. I think in 10 years of me doing that, I had 2 people want to put it through the insurance.
Really?
Yeah, I know a couple of people.
Interesting.
Yeah. And my fees went up to 2,000 plus VAT as well.
What did that include?
That included, it was a 6-month program with up to 10 times seeing them.
Nice. So 10 sessions. Wow. I'm not too far off the 1,500. I'm 495 at the moment, and that's about 6 hours. No, about 7 hours. But then it's unlimited hours if you can ask me anything ever. And a training plan. So it's roughly, we're roughly in that sort of ballpark. But that's really interesting to know. I think a lot of trainers are really scared about putting up their prices, but when I used to charge a tenner an hour when I first started, I had more time wasters than I could shake a stick at.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. A lot of our clients find this, don't they?
Yeah.
Because you do, and again, it's this weird subconscious thing that you talk, because I've had trained many a skill over the years. I've absolutely ridiculous. I thought at one point, it's like, I know I can be a nail technician, because then I could do my own nails and I could be at home, and this is going to be like my entrepreneur thing. I fucking hated it. But I just even did the same thing there. I was like, oh, just give me a tenner. What is it with a tenner? Like, it's a tenner for everything. Like, just give me a tenner for this. I even tried fucking hairdressing. I hate hairdressing. But again, my brain was like, oh, I know. Let's do something that I can work for myself.
I can't imagine you having the patience for either of those two things.
No.
Especially the nails.
No, none whatsoever. Nada. But it was still like, oh.
Someone just goes up with one done and she leaves the on board now.
Yeah. I was like, oh, fuck me. Yes, not my bag at all. But same again, I was like, oh, I'll do it for like a tenner. Yeah. And then again, like we're doing this disservice to ourselves all the time. And even when I had a nail lady that I went to for years and then she stopped doing it. And she was always like, I can't charge any more than like £30. £30 is the going rate to get your nails done. And I'm like, mate, I would happily pay you about 50, 60, even 70 if you asked for it, because I enjoy your company when I'm here. You do an awesome job. You literally do anything I ask you to. If I find some quirky thing, which is your fault actually, because you told me to look on Pinterest and challenge you with design. So you ask, you get. You do all of that stuff, and it's the value perception on what somebody actually wants from you. It's not what you think they want from you. And I think this is where that cab thing is. It feels like it's this indoctrinated thought now that we're all kind of chasing. And there's a good percentage of people out there that I'm like, I just don't think you actually want to do it either. Like, you're happy doing the thing that you're doing, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I think it was massive for me for years. I just thought there was another trainer that was, so that's not being a very nice friend, but she gave me a really hard time for using the word behaviourist. And then I realised, actually, no, maybe I probably shouldn't, because I'm not a cab. Like, I shouldn't use that word. So I said, like, I do behavioural cases. But I was also worried about not getting the right business, because I was like, what if people look for behaviourist if they got reactivity when I do reactivity? And sometimes, especially with cabs like straight out of uni, like, I've got way more experience than them, way more. I just don't have the degree.
Yep.
So it's really hard. And I think a lot of, and it's not cheap, bloody hell. Whew. It's not cheap, but I think why, even with being a cab, like, you still have to specialise in something.
Yep.
Like, I've got a couple of really lovely girls I work with that are assistants dog trainers. Like, I don't know how to do that. I can shape, you know, and I can teach dog to go and find keys for funsies, like, of course, but I feel it's disrespectful.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest part of it, is that it's disrespectful. Like, there was a whole to-do with Will Atherton, and he got, I forget her name, but he had that really lovely trainer's collies, and she taught him how to do agility, and he stole all her footage and said that he's now an agility trainer. But I just think that's, well, one, obviously that's wildly disrespectful, but I don't want to start adding things like scent work or trailing, because one, I don't have the time to learn how to do it effectively and properly. And I feel like it's taken away from people when it's their true passion to do that.
Do you know what? That's such a good point you've made there, because when I used to do foundation agility amongst lots of other things.
Yeah.
And I learned how to do that really well. But then if they wanted to continue, I'm like, I'm not an agility instructor. Like, go somewhere else. Hadn't built up a rapport with somebody enough to go, like, go here next.
Yeah.
This is the journey.
Yeah.
I'm just going, like, I'll teach you that bit, and then you're on your own. Literally. But again, it's having that, like, it's that lack of respect for other people who that's what their craft is. They go all in on it. Why am I trying to muscle in on their thing?
For fear of missing out on money. And having people
and it's so shit when I look back at it, because I did that with scent work, with agility, with hoopers, with everything I did.
I feel like every trainer's done hoopers.
Yeah. And, you know, and actually I could have gone, I love the puppy stuff, but I could have gone all in on hoopers, because I did love that. I think I could have made that into like a really cool membership and added all these things to make it like an amazing, like all-encompassing thing. But that would have been the thing that I was, you know, known for then.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I was just like, oh, dip my toe here.
You became a GP.
I did become a GP, and I was diluting all of the knowledge.
Yeah.
Not only for me, but for them. Like, as the recipient of my knowledge, I'm giving them a little bit, but not enough.
Yeah.
Not really like what they should be getting for that service.
No. I don't think you should be a dog trainer who is a GP.
No.
I just think that
caption that.
I was
Clip
going
it
to say
up.
that's
Reel it
it,
up.
Title done. But you shouldn't. I don't think it's ethical.
No.
I really don't.
Keep the reels coming.
I think you need to know, like, you wouldn't go to a doctor for literally everything. Like, you wouldn't expect your GP to be a surgeon and a physio and, you know, whatever. Like, it would, like, that's not ethical. Because you would never expect a doctor to know all of that. That's wild. That's why we have 17,000 different medical titles. And don't think you should do that as a dog trainer either.
No.
It can be tempting, especially when you are worried about money. Like, I, for years, like an idiot, had no advanced puppy classes. They do puppy classes. They love it because they were tiny and I was making zero money because I had maximum 4 puppies and 3 trainers.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I mean, great ratio.
I mean, the quality was sensational. But,
sounds epic to attend. But.
Yeah, not great. So that plus rent plus wages was not a great money earner for me. 2 things I have added actually is the tuck shop. I had the tuck shop and puppy class. That does well. I just have a little range of treats, and I do have my own merch. So I have harnesses, treat bags, long lines, and training leads.
With your
my logo, yes.
Oh, God, I never knew that.
So I'd sell them mainly through classes and one-to-ones and stuff, and they are on my website. The one I like the most probably is the treat bag. It's got a specific side pocket for Arden Grange liver paste.
Oh, nice.
Because I use it so much.
Merch is good, isn't it? People love a bit of merch.
If you can get your head round finding a decent supplier and the minimum order quantity will sometimes absolutely shaft you, but it is pretty cool having dogs wandering around with your logo on. That's kind of cool. Yeah. And that helps.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, three trainers, 4 puppies. I now do 2 trainers, one of which is usually always me, 5 puppies and 1 volunteer. So that's another one. Get volunteers. Yeah. They're free. And they bloody love being there.
I don't think there was a time where I didn't have volunteers because there's people, they're either owners who go, or it's their daughter or son or whatever, or it's someone that's just interested in becoming a trainer, like, come along, like, I always used to have people volunteering for me. It's brilliant.
I think it's meant like, I think shadowing's great.
Yeah.
But a lot of people will gatekeep that.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people will gatekeep shadowing. I will absolutely like, do you want to come and hang up? Fine, feel free. Come and see what I do every day. Met,
she was looking to do APDT. I was a trainer at APDT, and I was the only person that replied to all your millions of emails.
20 reach outs. Vicky was the only one.
I was like, come along. I've got nothing to hide. Like, come and copy me if you really want to, but you won't be me. So that's
the
way I look at it.
Yeah. I know that I had a similar girl reached out on Facebook like, oh, hi, I've seen your reviews. You're really great. I was wondering if I could come and shadow you. I was like, yeah, sure. And she was like, oh.
Really shocked.
Everybody else said no. And I was like, why? I was like, there are more than enough dogs.
Absolutely.
There are literally millions of them. Yeah. It's going to be okay. So that's why I've got so many other people I can pass things on to, because at the end of the day, I mean, obviously I know it's tricky if you're struggling for money, and I did for a long time. I used to have a lot of side hustles and a lot of very close moments where I'd have to sell things that I really didn't want to sell to pay a very various bill. But it's better for the dogs at the end of the day, and that's what really, really matters. Yeah, it's better for the dogs. I'd much rather, and plus it's so nice to see somebody else, if it's their favorite thing in the world to do with the dog, it's so nice to see them doing that and to send them dogs that I know would love it.
Yeah.
Sense of Success, who does man trailing, like, he loves that job. I've just had a lovely girl start with me, is because 4 of my stooge handlers are also trainers, which is really handy. I need to make that more money. I really do. That's wild how cheap that is. One of them's called Sarah. She's Wolfie and Friends, and she's like 1 at Crufts Obedience with her Belgian Mallee, called Havoc. Cracking name for a Belgian Malinois.
I love that.
Really brilliant name for a Mallee. She has not been a trainer until like a month ago, when she's already taught me so much, because she's been in an area of this world I've never been in, which is IPO. I've never been in that world. I've never done bike work. I don't know anything about it at all, because 99% of the time it's aversive. So she's done it, but all positively. She's taught me so much about prey drive and dog's body language from the stooge sessions we've had. And she didn't think she could even be a trainer because she doesn't have qualifications. And I'm like, you've taught me so much, because she's been in that world for so many years. And it's just, are you really going to sort of value somebody in their level of skill by the letters they have after their name or their experience? And it obviously is tricky because, as you very clearly know, this is an unregulated industry. question back actually. How would you, if you've sort of got somebody who's looking for a professional, do you have sort of things you would suggest they look for? Are you saying to people, sort of, look for a clinical behaviourist, or are you saying to someone, look for someone who's got more experience?
Oh, it's a good question. I think when it's been asked to me before in who to go for a trainer, I'm like, it'll normally be like a referral to somebody I know or I've seen. And again, I think this comes down to that personal branding bit. It's like, how much are you putting out there? Where are you getting the content? How much of the content have I consumed that makes me feel that I would trust that person enough that I would go and work with them?
Yeah, fair.
So I don't actually think qualifications come up, and I don't think experience comes up. I think it's
Vibe.
how credible and how expert I perceive them to be, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. So are you sort of more looking sort of regards
kind of
to
like
through social
everything.
media?
So I think it's just
Either or, whatever
it's just
method.
it's just everything that if I can see something, whether that's written, video, verbal part, and this comes down to the whole marketing side of business that we teach a lot of. It's like you have to be prolific with your message so that enough people hear it, and then when you hear it, you can like, oh, actually, those like these two crazy girls over at CBA, like they're the experts in business strategy. What makes you think that? Where's the evidence? All of this? Well, they've done it in their business. How do you know all of that stuff? Well, I consume their podcast every week. I'm in their Facebook group. I do this. I do. It's like, there you go. That's where the expertise gets built up. And then when can you hear the stories, and then you know, we could say that, you know, we've got the qualifications, the accreditations, or all the stuff, but it's everything when you piece it all together. It's never just one part of the jigsaw puzzle.
We could have our book, we could do the podcast, but if we can't have substance behind it, like really, it doesn't mean anything, does it? Like, read our book. Well, great, there's a book. But if I don't feel connected and I don't feel trust and I don't feel like you are the right people to take me through, or you're not the right person to take me through it, I won't do it.
No,
so
fair.
I think like jointly on that, that's how we perceive.
Because everything is just a piece. It's a puzzle piece, isn't it? So, like you say, if you're gonna do the theory side of it, and there are enough cabs out there, I'm certain they've never laid their hands on a dog.
Yes,
and they've just gone through academia, and I'm like, great, it's a puzzle piece, it's not the whole picture. And vice versa, like you've got trainers that have never touched any kind of academia in their life, and it's all just hands-on. Which one's better? Who the fuck knows? It's just how that each individual operates, and how and again what you specifically are looking for. So
I've had many people just book in with me because they saw a girl in tattoos on a motorbike and just thought she looks like my kind of person.
I was going to say, you're going to divide people, because there'll be people that don't like that.
Yeah, 100%.
And same with us, people don't like that we swear, and we've got tattoos and we're a bit loud and colourful. Equally, there's way more people that do. Way more people that do.
I think
and we're good with that either way.
Yeah, I think so. And it tends to be people that book in with me because of aesthetics tend to be the kind of person I'll work with anyway.
They're your vibe anyway.
Because they're also a little bit mad and a little bit eccentric and quirky and cool, and we tend to get on from the off, and that always really helps. That always really helps. I've never had I did have someone decide not to work with me recently. It's her decision. It's her decision, let go and let God. But they wanted something more structured than my puppy classes, whereas my puppy classes are dog-led.
Okay,
So it's if they are panicking or if they're too stressed, then we're going to stop doing sit and down to give everybody a break. And if that's not your vibe, that's okay. No, but it's always going to be dog-led.
Yeah.
So it's one of those. I feel actually potentially wanted more of the whole slip lead check crowd, which again, fine, it's up to you.
And it's you knowing that the way you do things and run things are the way that works, and you not being, because there are people that would go, oh my God, someone didn't like it. Oh my God, I need to change that. I need to stop doing that. And it's like, no, because you know that's the way that's going to.
No, it works.
It is really hard.
No, I will not. Forgive me, I was going to say something. No, gone.
That happens in this podcast.
Yes,
you did that earlier.
All the time. All the time. Right. Well, as much as I would love to keep talking to you, because I feel like this could go on for another couple of hours. It'd be great. Where can people find out more about you?
So I'm Biker Girl dog trainer pretty much everywhere. There is only one currently, thank goodness. But I'm Biker Girl dog trainer on Instagram and Facebook. And my website is bikergirldogtrainer.com. And if you've got a very large, bitey, aggressive anything, I'll have it. I'll do the pocket size versions too. But if you've ever been worried that I've definitely had clients where their trainer has been frightened of their dog. And people have been really scared to go to someone new. So I'll take anything.
And also, really good opportunity for those listening to pick up on build a relationship with you to refer to if they are in your area or local.
Absolutely. So if you do anything that isn't, even if you do reactivity, I really don't care. Come and just help. I'm in Bramall in Stockport in Manchester. And if you do anything dog-like in any way and you work in a force-free positive way, reach out on Instagram, because I have people in all areas of the country I'll send people to, because lots of them do virtual. So if you've got something to offer and I like your vibe and I think that you've got something that I can't do, which is very likely, reach out, because I'm really passionate about connecting more dog people with more dog people.
And a little plug for your Facebook group as well, if you want to do that.
I've got a Facebook group called the Dog Professionals Network. It's pretty much just Manchester, because we have meetups. So we go to the pub, and last time we played Shit Owners Say Bingo.
God. I can see it vividly.
Yeah. And it's good fun. We have a drink and a chat. And next time we're going to be playing 7 Minutes in Heaven, which is not quite the spicy version, but just 7 minutes each of talking about something that they're passionate about. Nice. Just to kind of get a vibe of what everyone's doing. But they're ace and they're very friendly. And I know it can be really scary meeting new people, but I have anxiety and depression and autism and ADHD. So it is a very, very safe space. And come and meet some other people, because I said it's lonely and support's really important.
Yeah. And if you've liked this podcast and you sound like it is a very inviting space, then take Olivia up on that and go and join her.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much.
Cracking to me.
Thank
you so much.
Watch this, guys, because you get to see her awesome t-shirt, her brilliant red hair. Yeah.
No, very cool.
Plug my own tie-dye outfit as well here.
And your tie-dye. I'm pretty muted.
Bland
today,
again.
I'm not bland.
No, earth tones.
Bland. Exactly.
Well, thanks again.
Cracking.
Real.